And it looked like Caitlin Clark just set blaze to social media, and Adam Silver is definitely begging Caitlin to come to the NBA.
Caitlin Clark's basketball dominance is shaking the very core of the NBA, with Adam Silver scrambling to address a shocking 28% drop in viewership. Clark's electrifying performances in the WNBA have captured the attention of millions and left the NBA desperate. Could this young star be the answer to the league's crisis, or is it already too late?
The NBA is off to a rough start with ratings plummeting and viewership dipping below WNBA numbers. So what's going on?
Caitlin Clark's recent courtside appearance at an Indiana Pacers game turned heads, not just for her reactions, but for the ripple effect it caused in basketball circles.
Caitlin Clark was definitely trending late last night after attending Indiana Pacers game. Tyrese Halliburton was on fire, and Caitlin was on the sideline chunking up the threes, bro. She was letting it be known he was hitting them triples.
Now, Adam Silver, the NBA commissioner, was there, but it wasn't the players on the court stealing the spotlight. It was Clark. Social media erupted as she celebrated Tyrese Halliburton's three-pointers with her signature energy.
Now, Adam Silver did pull up to the game, but something that stuck out on social media more than anything was the WNBA really not speaking about anything that was occurring.
Meanwhile, Silver's presence hinted at something deeper, an urgent need for her influence in the NBA. With viewership down by 28%, this wasn't just a casual appearance. It was a strategic move to tap into the phenomenon Clark has become.
Caitlin Clark was definitely trending late last night after attending Indiana Pacers game. Tyrese Halliburton was on fire.
But what makes Caitlin Clark so special that even Adam Silver is paying attention? It's not just her talent, it's her star power, her ability to connect with fans, and the sheer energy she brings to every moment she's in the spotlight. Whether it's lighting up the WNBA or becoming the face of women's basketball, Clark is a force to be reckoned with. And now, with the NBA facing declining viewership and a lack of compelling storylines, her presence is more relevant than ever.
We are only a few weeks into NBA season, but it has already been reported that the ratings and viewership numbers are down.
And the tension around this moment is palpable. The NBA, once the pinnacle of basketball entertainment, is struggling to keep its hold on audiences. Even marquee events like the All-Star Game have lost their luster. Adam Silver's efforts to bring Caitlin Clark into the NBA conversation could be a game-changing strategy, or a desperate gamble to save a sinking ship. Fans and critics alike are watching closely, wondering what this crossover might mean for the sport as a whole.
So what stood out to me about these numbers is obviously we were covering the WNBA for the entire summer, and we honed in on some of these groundbreaking viewership numbers that Caitlin Clark was bringing in, and she actually averaged 1.178 million viewers for the entire season. Now,
Clark's rise to fame is nothing short of meteoric. Her performances in the WNBA have not only shattered records, but also captivated a fan base that extends far beyond basketball's traditional audience. Her signature three-pointers, court vision, and competitive fire have made her a standout talent in women's sports. But beyond the stats, it's her charisma and relatability that have turned her into a cultural phenomenon. From joking about becoming a meme to celebrating her team's victories with unabashed enthusiasm, Clark has shown that she's not just an athlete, she's a star. The Indiana Pacers game was just another example of how Clark transcends the boundaries of her league. Her courtside energy and reactions went viral almost instantly, overshadowing even the players on the court. It's moments like these that have made her the face of a growing movement in basketball. Fans are calling for her to take center stage, not just in the WNBA, but also in the NBA's most high-profile events. Adam Silver seems to understand the magnitude of what Clark represents. His appearance at the Pacers game wasn't a coincidence. Reports suggest that the NBA is exploring ways to integrate WNBA stars into its All-Star events, with Clark being the obvious choice. Imagine her lighting up the three-point contest or taking part in a co-ed exhibition game. The buzz alone would be worth millions in viewership and marketing. But there's a risk involved. Critics argue that this move could overshadow the WNBA, a league that has fought hard for its own identity and recognition. Bringing Clark into the NBA spotlight might boost ratings temporarily, But at what cost? The WNBA has been on an upward trajectory, thanks in large part to players like Clark. Shifting the focus to the NBA could dilute the progress the league has made and reduce Clark to a marketing tool rather than the trailblazer she is. The broader context here is the state of basketball as a whole. The NBA has long been a cultural powerhouse, with legends like Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and LeBron James defining generations. But in recent years, the league has faced criticism for its over-reliance on three-point shooting, predictable narratives, and a lack of fresh superstars. Viewership has plummeted, and fans are losing interest in what was once the pinnacle of sports entertainment. In contrast, the WNBA has been thriving. While it may not yet rival the NBA in terms of revenue or audience size, its growth trajectory is undeniable. Players like Caitlin Clark are drawing in younger audiences and creating rivalries that are as compelling as anything in the NBA. The league's ability to connect with fans on a personal level through social media and community engagement has given it an edge that the NBA seems to be lacking. This is where Caitlin Clark's role becomes so critical. She's not just a player, she's a symbol of what basketball could be. Her ability to break boundaries and capture the imagination of fans makes her a unique asset, one that both the WNBA and NBA desperately need. But how she's integrated into the broader basketball ecosystem will determine whether this moment becomes a turning point or a missed opportunity. Adam Silver's focus on Clark is both a compliment and a challenge. It's a recognition of her impact, but also a sign of how much work the NBA has to do to remain relevant. For Clark, the stakes are equally high. She has the chance to redefine what it means to be a basketball superstar, transcending the traditional barriers between men's and women's sports. But with that opportunity comes immense pressure and scrutiny. The basketball world is watching this story unfold, and the outcome will have ripple effects across the sport. Will Caitlin Clark become the bridge that connects the NBA and WNBA in a meaningful way? Or will this be another example of a league failing to address its deeper issues? One thing is certain, Caitlin Clark's electrifying performances have already changed the game. Now it's up to the powers that be to figure out what comes next. As this narrative develops, fans are left with more questions than answers. What will Caitlin Clark's role in the NBA look like? Can Adam Silver's gamble pay off, or will it backfire? And most importantly, how will this moment shape the future of basketball for generations to come? One thing is for sure, Caitlin Clark isn't just making waves. She's creating a tidal shift in the sport, and we're all here to witness it. That's the story of how Caitlin Clark's electrifying performances are reshaping basketball and leaving Adam Silver desperate for her influence. What do you think? Could she redefine the NBA and WNBA relationship? Or is this just a desperate attempt to boost ratings? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon to stay updated on the biggest stories in sports. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.